In 1992 grú chun den chlár críomhamánaíocht den na héireann den chéadúir in 8 bliain. Bhí riméid ar fud na tíre don orinóg a bhí lán le bacheléirí. Furin le díocas, scill, agus captain inspiráideach Anthony Daly.
I suppose it'd be our own Munster final in 1995 against Limerick when we made the long-awaited breakthrough and bridged the 63-year gap. And it was a great day for all the Clare people who were at that game, and it's very memorable for me.
Bain fear bhí gceannas ar na chláiríní ná Ger Loughnane, fear a riile leis an lámh láidir.
Ger Loughnane wouldn't have won any popularity contests in Waterford. Certainly it was as intense and as close to hatred as you could possibly get between two counties.
At the time, I suppose we all felt that this was Ger making a stand for us, and he was backing us 100%, you know, and we were all in this together, and we were going to back him as well at that stage.
Saura har bheith conspóideach a bheith 1998 san na mánaíocht, agus sáine sa lár bhí Ger Loughnane. In 1998 bhí an chlár a cuairtú a dríú críomh na mún in imeacht cheithre bliana, rúmpa bhí Port Lárge.
Bhí sa stíige seomraí léist an chláir nóair a tháinig ar isteach agus seomraí bra mór an nóair le saoil. As bhí sa stíig I gcúine, an doras ar thaobh na láimhí Clare agus an céad duine a tháinig isteach ná Ger agus an siúl uimhreach sin aige. Agus dúirt sé liom ná habair éonrad, féachara. Agus an chéad rad eile dúirt Ger liom ní féidir linn cailún.
Ger Loughnane obviously has a full-on approach both on the sideline. He's an intimidating figure on the sideline, and that's the way he trains his teams, to intimidate other teams. Ger McCarthy is as tough a manager as I've ever come across. He knew what to expect, and there was no way Ger was going to stand back from that. And I think he actually relished the challenge of meeting it head on. So absolutely, we felt that the way we were going to beat Clare was meet fire with fire. And I suppose somewhere along the way, sparks were going to fly.
Bhí Port Lárge ulmhíthe I ggur caibhlins, agus bhí gods imirtha crua agus physicúil, ní ráidar chun géile.
Bhí Port Lárge réig lo an lásan, agus ní raibh an clár, ní raibh siad réig I gcóir a sort cogam mar sin.
There's no doubt about it on the drawing game that day. They shocked us with their intensity, and they were fairly ferocious in their play all over the field, and we definitely were caught on the back foot.
Behold, White is just to his right. It's 2 against 1. What a start! Colin has a second goal, and Waterford have the best possible start to the second half.
Bhí sé ráití Port Lárge mátá, Ger Loughnane chun dul amach, tá mise chun dul amach, agus bhí Rownori Markyle, Rownori.
Bhí siad ag dul timpeall beidir a Markyle na Rownori ar an taobh eile. Bhí sé granúir go leor le bheith ag fechantar, ach a fechan siar a bhí sé andar víre, mar bhí na fir sin réig chun dul le trídlin a chéile beidir más an rud a gur éirigh an tríd etartha.
Bhí imróí ag masdú chéile mar is gnách, a chuaigh duine go imróí Port Lárge thar fór, nuair a dúirt sé go mbeadh Anthony Daly ag bulla a bhean chéile.
I wouldn't have been too shy on the field either. If a fella said something to me, I wouldn't be long saying something back, but I think there's a line that you draw. I just think that day that just maybe the standard was lowered a small bit too much, and it sort of hurt us a bit that some of the stuff that what came out on the day.
Meanwhile, it's Tony Brown, hoping to keep the trend going where Waterford scores are concerned, and again a huge one, and it's dropped over the bar.
Darnú droch feall lecht na himmertha Tony Brown gargan zere, agus tugu bat agus bohor de Fiji O'Connell. Bhí na fórne curtham agus bhí seansag Paul Flynn ó boxéir an chorran na ruchtdal de Port Lárge.
What chance has he of getting it? It's high, seems to be going to the right, and it's gone wide.
Well, we did feel it was a chance lost because, again, we don't get too many chances to be within a striking distance of winning a Munster final, you know, particularly when you're up against the All-Ireland champions.
We had a game whenever the replays.
Nuair a bhí sé ná den ahimirt, bíad an clár a bhí réid don chóric.
We were all psyched up. I think we were just mad to get back to Thurles again, and not to go hitting anyone, but just to prove to ourselves that we were going to beat Waterford the following day and winning the game and winning the Munster Championship.
Sular cahuan slitteristeach fiú tháinig an réitor Willie Barrett trasna chun labhairt leis na Rownori. Ar a barc bhí an tanas ag méadú an tám ar fad, níor chomhraí an mile seo leis an méid a bhí ar tí titim amach.
The rivalry between Clare and Waterford had already up to notch at that stage. I mean, our dressing room, both days, highly charged, and obviously Clare's was as well.
Ilár an action bhí ibre hocht an chlár Colin Lynch a rinne teagwa le gachrod in a cheanta ach an slitter.
An lá sin, bhí sé lethas a bheabhar beidir le jung bhailteacht. Agus chusa sé a lúsca chamána sin i lár parca bhí sé cosúil le duine ag iarraí clé a ghearra. Agus bhfuil sé gachu le gine bhí ann. Bhí sé réag beidir chun gachrúd a dhéanamh chun stop a chur le Tony Brown, mar bhí Brown tar éis immert anmás a chéitli.
I think the only one he hit if you watch it again is Ollie. I'm not too sure now, but the only one I could see him making definite contact was with Ollie. But he was just, I suppose he was wired, and he had probably had a poor game in the drawing game, and he was mad determined that it wasn't going to happen to him again. And yeah, I suppose he just lived for life.
An ugly spectacle. I think nobody up in the stands or the terraces turned their head away though during the game. Probably not what you want to be bringing young kids to see, but for excitement, I think it was probably one of the more exciting games, particularly at the start.
Who could have foreseen the drama of the early minutes? Absolutely extraordinary, astonishing.
The melee started behind us then with Brian and Micheál White, and then fellas came running from every angle to get into that as well. But I think most fellas just went in to break up that, and the two lads got their marching orders. And if you're telling me anyone wants to get sent off, a fella like Brian Rohan getting sent off in a Munster final, that wouldn't be what his year would be about, you know.
There was fights breaking out off the ball, on the ball, all over the field. I know it's not what hurling is about, but it was so tense. Everyone was up for it so much.
James O'Connor, lovely little run. Great block by Brian Green, but it comes to Niall Gilligan. Will he take his point and go for a goal? Goal, Gilligan!
Grúan chlár go héasca agus chruch Anthony Daly cur on the moon, ach níra an chunspóid ach in the hoose.
We're all to blame for what happened at the start. With the crowd, the management of both teams, the players, we were all so hyped up. There was something was bound to happen, and it was just one of those wild things that happened. I know a huge deal will be made out, but after slow motion television, there was nobody injured. There was a bit of wild swinging. After that, the game settled down.
Of course, afterwards we got all the bad press, really, you know.
Bhí na meán har a bheith cáinteach do bhar na heachtraí, agus bhí muintear fort láirge bulle.
Dámach gunlan seo agus gá fillir I dtíine chuir an dá fillir sta Loughnane, déna cinnte gur cáilt. Bhíon chráin dámanta, agus bhí ar fannim líanta.
Ní bháin an fphobal ach bhí daoine I gúnú clescail fi agus mar sin de, ag rá gur ceart rud ag an dhéanamh.
Thusig sort witch hunt ag an ám, agus bhí muintear an chlár cinnte go raibh ifigig I gcóir na mún a bhí ag iarraí a níthe le dhéanamh chun iad a chuir síos.
Ní lá tar éis an cliffe chur curlin na moon cúis ar Colin Lynch as achta bheith ag siar wulla leis an gumán.
To be fair, Colin Lynch is not a dirty hurler. He wasn't a dirty hurler before that, and he wasn't a dirty hurler since that. He's a good, honest, hard hurler, but I think the blame for that incident lies beyond Colin Lynch. He was wound up, and he snapped the minute that ball was thrown in. He was it was like a coil, and it snapped.
Colin is a guy that was giving us everything and had become a real leader in the setup, and just that they were doing him, like, you know, and he was being picked out of the whole thing, and it could have been any of us.
Tharla achtra eile idir Lynch agus Tony Brown nach wacha an réitor nach Camry telefíse, agus tar éis cóirla ón Muirlíne tógu animnach in the birte dwar immer scharv. Bhí an méid se scrífta ag an réitor in the Hurascáil agus go hundúil sinna dhéire. A chocra cóirla na mún pianos a chuir ar Colin Lynch.
Is there any way that Colin Lynch can get off on Friday night?
If the natural rule of justice prevails, that a man is innocent until proven guilty, if that prevails, which is one of the basic rights of every human, every person on this island, and one of the rights that people have fought and died for, if that prevails, then Colin Lynch will be playing for Clare on Sunday.
Is dálan gur an nolchas a chuig an scéal de bhard na hagel if sin go léir a huist.
I am not mentioned in the referee's report, yet action has been taken against me. Now, who are these people that have taken these actions? Is there somebody following a different agenda? That is the question that has to be answered.
Chála riven cliffe le cheannis chua Loughnane chuigean Limerick áitar ó cóirla na mún ag play cás Colin Lynch. Ach bhí iarachtaí dénta ag an glár an cruinne sin I cheansú, onas go bhéadach Lynch immerts.
So let's go there live and join